What's new, crew? If you're new, my name is Cassandra. Today we are doing a requested video, and that is our Aldi fall items. I do this video every year. It's a video I love making, and I've been watching the Aldi page for the last like 2 weeks, I think, just kind of seeing what catches my eye, what I think would be fun, and different things like that. Of course, I scrolled their Aldi page. I follow a handful of Aldi Facebook groups and Instagram pages. I love to do that. It gives me lots of ideas, and I see things, and then that way I know when I go once a month grocery shopping, I kind of have a few items that I'm looking for, especially if they are seasonal items. My humble opinion, Aldi has the best seasonal items and aisle of shame items from now until the end of the year. This is the time of year I love going in, buying their seasonal things, and I will stick them away for Christmas presents or stocking stuffers. They have lots of really fun little treats and candies and caramel corns and all sorts of really great things. I love to buy them and just stick them away because, like I said, they make awesome Christmas gifts. Their aisle of shame items are really good this time of year. Really cheap, budget friendly, but really high quality stuff. I've gotten so many really great Christmas items from the aisle of shame this time of year, so I just wanted to mention that because it's gonna be Christmas before we know it, you guys. I will do this video the same way I've done all of my other Aldi fall must-have videos, which I can link down below for you guys. I'll talk about the item, I'll pop a photo up here, and that's gonna be that. So I'm gonna start with just a couple items that I have screenshotted off of either Facebook pages or Aldi Instagram pages. And the first one are these, like, they're not simmer sauces, but they're kind of gravies. They're like a one-pot mix is what they're calling them, but they have a chicken pot pie, a beef stroganoff, and a shepherd's pie. They are $1.99 for a container, and the containers have 15 ounces. So I don't think this is a bad deal. Automatically I go to how many jars am I going to need for a meal, and at 15 ounces I'm going to say you're probably going to want 2 just to be on the safe side. That's what I would go with. But I think specifically for the chicken pot pie one, you don't just have to make a pot pie with it. I think that would also be really good in a casserole or like a noodle dish, and just make like a baked noodle chicken pot pie with like all of your filling that you would normally do, but just with pasta instead. And then if you wanted, you could top it with homemade biscuits or canned biscuits or whatever. You could just do bread on the side, and I think that would be an amazing, really easy meal. I do make a lot of my own sauces from scratch now. However, sometimes convenience wins, and I think this is a really cool convenience item. I also think that these would actually be really fun as Christmas gifts. My family all really likes to cook, and I could see myself getting some of these and throwing them in as Christmas gifts for some of like my sister or my dad. I think would think these are really cool. I could see myself getting all 3 of these. And honestly, if they have them when I go grocery shopping, I am considering getting some of these just because they are one of those shelf-stable convenience items that I think I personally would use a lot or be grateful to have when I'm needing a little bit of a convenience item. So I think these are all really cool. Next are these assorted pickles. They have a chipotle and agave, spicy maple bourbon, and a mango habanero. All 3 of these are really fun. I do can our own pickles. I can't even remember the last time I bought in store-bought pickles, but these are really fun. They're a different kind of pickle, which would be cool to have on the shelf. I don't have the price on these, but they're worth looking into. I think the spicy maple bourbon sounds really good personally, and then the mango habanero I think would be pretty cool. Just something different, something fun. And once again, I know that my family would be really excited to open these as a Christmas gift. I think maybe these are things that we don't really think of when we think of Christmas gifts, but a really cool thing of pickles or something like that I think would be really fun. My family is always giving each other like different spice rubs or spice mixes and things like that as gifts, so I don't think pickles would be any different. I think this is pretty cool and just like a different thing. If nothing else, it gets my wheels turning on looking up maybe different recipes that I could can for pickles instead of just the like 2 or 3 recipes that we really like. These are the specifically selected pumpkin cheesecake drizzle caramel corns. Absolutely anything from the specifically selected brand is really, really good, you guys. Like I said, from this time of year to the end of the year, that brand specifically is so good. I love anything of their popcorns. Their caramel corns are always really good. They will usually do like seasonal pretzel mixes. Those are really good as well. Chex mixes, whatever. I have tried so many things from that brand at Aldi, and I've never been disappointed. Absolute favorite that they do is at Christmas time. They are just white chocolate covered pretzels with crushed candy canes on top. We make them every year here at home too, but I always grab a bag or two. They're delicious. I love them. And then the other one that they do at Christmas time is the Simply Selected caramel corn, but it's drizzled with like white chocolate and dark chocolate, and it's really, really good as well. So, and those would be really good as stocking stuffers as well. So there's just something to think about. But I think a bag or two of this would be really fun if you are hosting Thanksgiving. You could buy a bag or two now. It's gonna be perfectly fine sitting in your pantry until Thanksgiving, and you could dump it into a little bowl, put it in the center of your tables, and have it as like a little appetizer or just something to kind of dig into as you're eating your Thanksgiving meal. And it's just something fun and really easy. And I mean, cheesecake drizzled caramel corn, that just sounds amazing. So this is another one that I saw and immediately thought of Thanksgiving, and it's a pumpkin spice dessert dip mix, 5.5 ounces. I think this would be really fun, and it's just a really easy thing to do, especially if you like desserts and things, or just little dips, little appetizers that are super easy. I know how my family usually does a big meal like that. I can only speak from Christmas because I host Christmas every year, is that I like to have a little bit of an appetizer tray ready to go early, because with my husband's family, if I say we're eating at 11:30, everyone shows up at like 10:45, and they will help me kind of finish off the last bit of the cooking. They come in, they'll help me with the turkey or the ham, or they'll mash potatoes, and all of a sudden I have like 12 people in my kitchen, and we're all working together to kind of finish it off. And it's really nice to have a charcuterie board, or just like some chips, or like some of those fun little caramel corns that are just sitting out and kind of ready. That way people can kind of graze as everyone works together to finish off actual cooking of the meal. So that's kind of what I'm looking to, and I think that this pumpkin spice mix will be something really easy and really quick. I'm also always looking for things that I can prep in advance, so you could make this the night before, stick it in your refrigerator, and just pull it out when people arrive, and then you're kind of good to go. I love dips, and that is exactly that reason, is that you can prep it the night before, you can just pull it out when people arrive, you can set out all of your fixings for it, anything that you want to dip in it, and I think it would be really fun. So I immediately saw that. Another thing that I am always grabbing this time of year is their seasonal coffees. I typically will buy whole beans and grind them myself, but there is something super convenient about having a pre-ground coffee mix, and they're just really fun. I like different mixes like that. So I saw this apple crisp coffee, and it looked pretty good. I like this. Once again, also a really great Christmas gift or a stocking stuffer or something like that. I love trying their different coffee blends. My favorite one is their creme brulee one that they sell seasonally. Usually they don't bring that one out until closer to the end of the year, but it is really good, and every time I see it, I pick it up. Another one that I saw was this salted caramel apple spread. I always make caramel in my crock pot. I will just take condensed milk, dump it into mason jars, put that in my crock pot with the lid and ring on, fill it up with water so that the water is covering your mason jar that's now filled of condensed milk. Turn it on high, or like a medium, for like 6 to 8 hours, whatever that is on your crock pot. Just let it sit. If you want to, you can add a little bit of salt to your condensed milk, and you're just gonna let that go, and it's gonna create caramel. It's not shelf stable, but you can take all of those jars and hold them in your fridge. I've had those hold in my fridge for like 8 months, and it's not because they went bad after 8 months, it's because we ran out of them after 8 months. But I found that recipe online. A ton of people said that they will last indefinitely in your fridge. So I like to make those, and then I will use that caramel to make caramel frosting this time of year, because we're doing a lot of cinnamon rolls, or apple cinnamon rolls, or apple pies, and it's really fun to drizzle a little bit of that on top. But if you didn't want to do that, or you didn't have time to do that, this salted caramel apple spread I think would be really fun. Of course, you can always just dip your apples in it like an apple dip, but I'm thinking frostings. I'm thinking maybe making it into a cheesecake, things like that. So I think that's really fun, but I saw it and definitely wanted to mention it. It's 12.5 fluid ounces. The last thing that I screenshotted was this Coffees of Fall assorted mix. They have a salted caramel, coconut caramel apple pie, cinnamon sticky bun and a cinnamon hazelnut coffee. Once again, really great Christmas gift. Really great fun gift. Just something different. I don't buy K-Cups hardly ever. I pretty much only buy them when I'm having a new baby, and it's a gift to myself with a lot of late nights and early mornings. I don't want to have to mess around all the time with my reusable K-Cups that I got from Amazon, and I just will grind my coffee beans and then put it in my reusable K-Cups that way, because it's a lot less waste, it's a lot less money, so I tend to do things that way. But every once in a while I will buy some K-Cups, stick them aside for days when I really want them, I really need them, or it's when they have really cool fun flavors, and you can't always find those in bags of coffee. So sometimes I'll buy them, but I may buy these and stick them away as a Christmas gift or something like that, or just buy them after fall is kind of done with. Usually they'll put these things on clearance, and if I'm walking through and I see them on clearance after the season has passed, I'll grab them and put them on the storage shelf and use them as just like a stored convenience item for myself, and I'll use them that way. But lots of really good flavors in there. That's just a personal thing. Of course, if you don't like those flavors, probably not going to be for you, but I think those are really fun. So I'm going to head on over to Aldi's website. On Aldi's website, they will have a seasonal section, and obviously that changes with the season. You'll be able to go on and look. Heading into Christmas time, they have all their Christmas items on there. Of course, right now it's all their fall items, and this is everything from food, household, aisle of shame, everything like that. So there we go. I'm seeing a whole lot of obviously apple and pumpkin things, apple ciders. Their Simply Selected cookie doughs are pretty good as well. If you're looking for something in a pinch, or you just want to have a convenience item on hand, I do really like their cookies. The one I'm seeing here is a sea salt caramel chocolate chunk. Those ones are really good. I have gotten those in the past, like I said, after the holiday or after the season when they kind of go on clearance. This would also be a fun thing if you're looking ahead to Thanksgiving, if you're looking ahead to Christmas. You can buy these, stick them right in your freezer, pull them out of your freezer if you're hosting and you just want to have a fun little kind of something, a little easy dessert. These pre-made cookies will be great for that. And like I said, these are sea salt caramel chocolate chunk. Not super Thanksgiving-y, not super Christmassy, so you could get them, grab a couple packages of each, shove them in your freezer, and use them for either holiday, and they'll be great. They'll hold wonderfully in your freezer. Of course, this is the time of year when they have all of their pie mixes, their canned pie fillings. Those are really great if you wanted to check the expiration date, buy them in bulk, stick them on your pantry shelf. You can have them for easy pies, easy torts, easy hand pies, easy muffins and breads and all of those things. This is the time of year to buy them. Aldi doesn't have these all year round, at least not my Aldi, but I live in a pretty small town, so it might be different if you have a more high traffic Aldi store, but I do that every year. I'll buy a handful, put them on the storage shelf, and I have them throughout the year. Of course, lots of pumpkin spice, like coffee additives, coffee creamers, and whipped creams and all of those things. One thing I did see right away is their crab filled ravioli. These are 9-ounce package and they're $5.29. I could see myself buying these just because my husband and I really like crab. I have tried their lobster filled raviolis though. Those were not good. We did not like them. Not to be super harsh or anything, but none of us like them. We're a household of 6. We tried to give them to the dogs, and the dogs would not even eat the lobster raviolis. So it makes me a little hesitant to try these crab ones, but we like crab more than we like lobster, so I could see myself getting these as a fun in-house date night for myself and my husband. So we will see how that goes. Of course, lots of like pumpkin ales and pumpkin pie ciders. Once again, these would be really fun to buy now, stick on your shelf for Thanksgiving. Great Christmas gift if you know that somebody really likes these. It'll be really fun to just kind of like stick away and use them as such. Just to give you a heads up, there are 14 pages of fall items at Aldi this year, which is always really exciting. What I'm seeing here is dark chocolate sea salt caramels. It's a 13.8-ounce package for $3.95. I love anything dark chocolate, so these immediately catch my eye. Once again, I don't mean to be a broken record. This would be perfect. You can buy it, have a little snack, you can set this out for the holidays, or you can stick it away and hand it to somebody as a Christmas gift. I love getting little treats like that as Christmas gifts. Me and my family do that all the time, so that's immediately where my brain goes when I see these things. Of course, the cinnamon fried apples are back. This is one of the things that I will purchase in bulk and stick on the storage shelf. At least I did prior to canning apples. I have lots of apples and pears over here that I need to process over the next couple of days. So I probably, if I do purchase, I won't be purchasing a lot of them because I can my apples now. But if you're somebody who doesn't get into canning or anything like that, and it's just more convenient for you, this is what I did prior to canning my apples. They are delicious. They're super convenient. And I personally like the fried apples and cinnamon better than the apple pie filling, just because I think it's more similar to freshly peeled apples to put in an apple pie or an apple tort or something like that than the apple pie filling. The apple pie filling feels a little bit more like gelatin to me, and I don't like that. I just like your freshly kind of peeled apple, and it's just that crisp, delicious, clean flavor, and that's what the fried apples and cinnamon give me. Those are also great though if you want to throw those in oatmeal in the morning or something like that. They're delicious. I've also used those in the crock pot with some pork chops, and it gives you like an applesauce and pork chops kind of thing. Absolutely delicious. I'm seeing a maple kettle corn here. It's $2.19 and it's a 5-ounce bag. Not a whole lot. These are things that I typically don't purchase, but during this time of year, all the way through till the end of the year, I will buy a couple of these like more fun items, and that way the kids can have them, we can enjoy them, but I'm not going to keep them stocked. I'm also seeing right along with that is a pumpkin spice kettle corn, also really fun. I'm seeing apple caramel chocolate clusters. These look really good as well. Lots and lots of Isle of Shame items here. I'm seeing lots of teas and lots of coffees here as well, if you have tea drinkers in your life. So we talked about the apple caramel spread. Now I'm seeing they have a pumpkin maple spread. Also $2.99. It's 12.5 ounces. So if apple isn't your thing, pumpkin more is. They also have the pumpkin version. Let me know down below, are you team pumpkin or team apple? I'm definitely team apple. I don't like pumpkins in any variety of flavor, so it's not my thing, but I would love to know, because that just seems to be such a divided subject in the fall. Lots and lots and lots of cast irons. You guys, I have gotten the cast iron Dutch ovens. It's a 6-quart Dutch oven. They always come in either white or green. I bought 3 of the white Dutch ovens last year. I gave 2 away as wedding gifts, 1 away as a Christmas gift. They are $29.99. Every single person I gave them to talked about how high quality they were, how great they cook. They are fantastic. I've also gotten the French ovens, which is just like a cast iron Dutch oven, except instead of it being circular, it's more of an oval. It's more the shape of like something that you would put a whole chicken in, or something like that. Also great quality, you guys. These are fantastic Christmas gifts. Fantastic. They usually also sell like a 1-quart or a 2-quart, so if you wanted to, you could get somebody the matching set. But these are fantastic. I personally love the green, but the green sells out so unbelievably fast. So if you see these near you, what I would recommend, if you want one, is to follow an Aldi page that is specific to your town or to your area. Follow it. Somebody will post on that Facebook page, I promise you, when these cast irons drop. On your way home from work, whatever, stop in and get them that day if you want a green one, because otherwise you are not gonna get a green one. I know that from experience. I've done these like 3 years in a row and I've never gotten them. These Mama Cozy's Pizza Kitchen pizzas, I have to let you know, if you don't know, we live in Wisconsin. There are pizzas here that are locally made called Lots of Matzahs. They are fantastic. They're very expensive. They're like $10, $11, $12 a pizza, depending on where you're purchasing them from. But they are fantastic. They're made with local Wisconsin mozzarella. They are the freshest tasting pizzas. They are delicious. They're worth the price tag for a throw in the oven pizza. And these Mama Cozy pizzas are a knockoff of Lots of Matzahs. These are fantastic. My husband has picked these up on the way home from work sometimes just to throw in the oven. They're great. They are super comparable to a Lots of Matzah. So take it from a Wisconsin local that these ones, even though they seem pricey, like they're $6 for a pizza, these are half the price of a Lots of Matzah and they taste the same. If I baked one of these ones from Aldi and a Lots of Matzah in the oven and I had taste test them, I would not be able to tell you which was which. So these aren't a seasonal item, at least I hope not. I've seen these in Aldi over the last couple of, well, probably since summertime. I'm thinking that they're going to be a staple, at least here in Wisconsin, because they're just a huge hit. They're half the price of a Lots of Matzah. So if you see these and you want to give them a go, I know they're more expensive, but they're worth it, I promise. Of course, all their fall decor. I'm seeing a bourbon barrel flavored maple syrup. $5.99 for 8 ounces. I think this would be fun. Maybe if you wanted to do like a bourbon style pork chop or something like that, maybe with some of those fried apples, that would be fun. That's where my brain goes. Or I'm even thinking if you wanted to make like a bourbon caramel frosting, and instead of putting bourbon in, you wanted to put in a little bit of that bourbon maple syrup and then not add in as much sugar and just kind of mix it all together. I think that would be really fun. All of their candles, all of their like little pumpkin decorations, Isle of Shame things. I try to keep that stuff out of it unless it's actually cooking related, kitchen related. So I just went through all 14 pages of their Aldi's seasonal items on their website. That's kind of everything that I think, in my opinion, is worth mentioning. Lots of really cool, fun things. Of course, we're gonna do this video again heading into Christmas time for all of their Christmas items, but not to be like a broken record. This is the time of year, guys, when you're walking down Aldi, down the Isle of Shame. They have really great kids things, kids items that make great Christmas presents. Lots of Play-Doh and craft items and how to draw books, how to knit books. Lots of things like that for kids, but they also will have tons of really great kitchen items for adults or even young adults, I guess teenagers maybe. Those cast irons are fantastic. I cannot recommend those enough. Lots of casserole dishes will go on sale this year. Lots of really great bread pans and things that are like really cute and kind of maybe an upgrade from your typical just plain old bread loaf pan. As always, you guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me, talk about some really fun Aldi items. It felt good to be in the kitchen hanging out with you guys and not necessarily doing a preservation project or down in the garden or anything like that. And I've got to be honest, this is the cleanest my kitchen has been in days because of all the preserving we've been doing, but it feels good to just hang out in a clean kitchen, have a fall candle in the background, and talk about some Aldi things. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. I hope wherever you are, you're having a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in another one. Bye.